Have you ever looked at someone and wondered why they walk into a room and suddenly everything shifts? No, seriously. Same place, but somehow they become the moment. It's not love. It's something deeper, something quieter, more dangerous. And today I'm going to show you exactly what that is. Because once you understand this, you won't just be seen, you'll be felt. Welcome to my channel, Elegant Lux. This is where we don't just talk about self-care, we embody it. We step into the version of ourselves that doesn't chase attention. She attracts it effortlessly. Let me be honest with you, I was not always that girl. I used to overthink every little thing. Replay conversations at 2 a.m. like it was my full-time job. Try to be liked instead of being respected. And the worst part, I thought I was confident until I realized I was just performing. Yeah, there's a difference. So today, I'm breaking down a 3-part ritual that completely changed the way I carry myself. Think and show up. And no, it's not basic drink water and journal advice. This is deeper. This is about stepping into a version of you that doesn't need validation because she already knows her power. But before we get into part 1, ask yourself something. When you walk into a room, do people feel your presence? Or do you quietly hope they notice you? Exactly. Let's change that. Part 1 of the ritual is something most people avoid because it's uncomfortable. It's called radical self-honesty. And no, I don't mean writing I love myself in a journal 10 times. I mean sitting with yourself without distractions and asking, what am I pretending not to see? Yeah, that question alone, dangerous. Because the truth is, you already know what's holding you back. The habits, the insecurities, the patterns you keep repeating. You're just avoiding it. And listen, there's no judgment. I did the same. But the moment I stopped lying to myself, everything shifted. Here's what I want you to do. Take 10 minutes. No phone, no music, no distractions. Just you. And write down what you're insecure about, what you keep procrastinating, where you're settling, not to criticize yourself, but to see yourself clearly. Because you cannot evolve if you keep romanticizing your own excuses. Part 2, this is where it gets interesting. It's called controlled silence. And trust me, this one changes how people perceive you instantly. Stop over-explaining. Stop responding instantly. Stop filling every silence just because it feels awkward. Silence is power. When you speak less, people listen more. When you don't react immediately, people become curious. When you're not always available, you become valuable. I used to reply in seconds. Now, I take my time. Not to play games, but because my energy is not accessible to everyone. And suddenly, people started respecting me differently. Because mystery is magnetic. You're not lazy. You've just gotten really good at avoiding the one thing that could actually change your life. And the worst part, you don't even notice you're doing it anymore. You tell yourself you need motivation. You tell yourself you're not in the mood. You tell yourself you'll start when you feel ready. But let's be honest, since when has feeling ready ever shown up on time? It doesn't. Because the second you even think about starting, there's pressure. Pressure to do it right. Pressure to stay consistent. Pressure to not mess it up this time. And suddenly, it feels easier to just not start at all. So you scroll, you distract yourself, you convince yourself you're resetting or planning. But you're not. You're avoiding, not because you're incapable, but because you're scared of what happens if you try and it actually matters. Because now it's real. Now you can fail. Now you can disappoint yourself. Now you can't hide behind I didn't try. So you stay in this loop, half aware, half guilty, fully stuck, and that feeling, that constant heaviness in your chest, that random wave of I'm wasting my time, that quiet frustration with yourself, that's not laziness. That's you knowing you're meant for more, but choosing comfort instead. So here's what changes everything. Not a routine, not a perfect plan, not some huge life reset. Just this. You stop running. You pick one thing you've been avoiding, and you face it. Messy, unmotivated, imperfect. You do it anyway, even if it's for 10 minutes. Even if your brain is fighting you the whole time. Because right now, the goal isn't to be impressive. It's to be honest. To prove to yourself, I don't avoid my life anymore. And once you do that, even once, something shifts. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You just move. At some point, you have to decide. Stay comfortable and stuck, or uncomfortable and growing. You can't have both. So choose, and don't say tomorrow again. I'll be right here on Elegant Lux when you're ready.